Well, hey guys, hey, we're back with you here for another update on the Sea Ray project. My last post, I thought I was going to be able to finish up getting all the old adhesive and fiberglass ground out. Well, I didn't get it done, so I've been working on it on this break. I got back on Tuesday. So I have been with the grinder in my hand now for this is day 2. And I'll tell you what, on my last post I said I thought that this was going to be the most miserable job of the entire project. Well, I don't think that anymore. I know that. I am telling you, what a flippin' mess. It's hard, it's hot. I'm fortunate today, it only went up to 88 degrees, and you know, here I am in my long sleeve turtleneck. You know, I suppose I could have gone and done like a Tyvek suit or something, but you know, that would have just been way too hot. At least the turtleneck breathes a little bit, and you know, with my fan blowing, circulating air on me, sweat, evaporate, cool off. But I'll tell you what, this is a real bear. If anyone's doing a boat restoration, you know, of this magnitude, I don't envy you when you get to this part of the project if you have to go there, because it's just hard and miserable work. But anyway, let me show you what I've got in the last couple of days. It's about 4:30 here right now, and I think I'm just about done for the day. I mean, I'm hot. It's been in and out of the boat, I don't know, maybe a dozen times. With the heat, you know, you got to stay hydrated. Once you get that full face respirator on, you just have to stay hydrated. I mean, it was just hot. Like I said, it was 88 degrees today. I did finally get smartened out. I got a little smarter about some things. I was starting towards a midship here this morning, working my way back, and well, the sun's coming down over that way, so it started shining right in on me. So I had this old patio umbrella that I kind of rigged up to set in the boat, so the boat looks like like one of those foo-foo drinks there down in Mazatlan. You just got the umbrella in it right now, but you know, it was effective. It worked. It kept me in a little bit of shade. But okay, so let me show you what's going on here. Okay, got just about everything from the bottom. I still have to do the work underneath the V-berth structure there. I have decided that I am not going to replace a big chunk of that. I mean, nothing up there is going to be structural. And you know, the wood's not in great shape, but the fiberglass that's on top of that wood, right down in this area, they're just small sections, and you know, it's still solid, so I'm going to leave that. I am going to go ahead and dig out all the foam here, because this is where one of the inboard stringers is going to run right up along here. I'm going to take it all the way up to the front, seal that off. Once I get the foam dug out, I'll take a look. Maybe I'll put a little piece of wood in there, but I kind of doubt it. But I'm going to clean all that foam out, get this cleaned off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and install a little bulkhead right at the back end of each one of these, and that'll strengthen it up. Not that it really needs it right now. But yeah, most of the grinding up in the bow is done. I have been noticing some areas here. I'll show you one. When they constructed the boat, right down here in the keel, you know, it would normally be a bilge. You can see it going down to the roving during the boat construction. What they did was they just filled this little channel here for the keel with resin, and it wasn't thickened resin, so you can see there's an awful lot of areas where I've just got cracks. Don't know how well you can see it on this camera, but cracks just running right down through the resin. And so I've decided I'm gonna go ahead. There's a good shot of it. Pretty typical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just grind out all of that resin that's in there. Then I've got when I last trip to the fiberglass shop, I was able to. They had on discount or on sale some 1708 tabbing material that's 4 or 6 inches wide. Got a whole roll of it. I've got plenty of it for that. So once I get that resin dug out, and then also the areas where the chines are too, I'm also finding some cracks just in the resin where they built it up. And, I'm not sure why they poured that in there and built it up. Maybe it was for the stringer to have more of a flush surface. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to dig out all the resin that's cracked. I'm going to tab it in with some 1708, and then I'm going to go back and then fill it in again with some thickened resin, peanut butter, as Jay calls it. So that's kind of the plan for that. But I've probably got, looking at what I've got left, I've got the two sides, both sides, 4 places here, from about where the engine compartment's going to run back. So I've got that area to get ground out, and this underneath the fuel tank here. As you can see, I decided to go ahead and pull those fuel tank pads, mounting pads out. I'm going this far. I might as well do it right, So I just cut those out of there. We're going to grind that out. I'm going to rebuild those structures. I will probably modify it just a little bit. Because the fuel tank, where the pad heights were, it didn't have an awful lot of clearance, from the cockpit deck, the upper deck, to get the tank in and out. So I think I'm going to lower them just a couple of inches, and that way it'll give me more room if I ever have to take the tank out. I don't want to have to pull a whole rear cockpit deck out to be able to get it out again. So I'll probably modify that, make those just a little bit shorter there. I've got plenty of width still. All I need is 54 inches, and I'm sure I'm going to have that. Finished grinding out this area here underneath where the fuel tank was at, and I've decided what I'm going to do. I say I've decided. I'll know once I get into it, but I'm thinking rather than cutting the whole thing out and replacing the engine mount, you kind of see how they put it together. I mean, they just stuck like a little 2x4 in there, wedged it in there, and gave it some support. I'm gonna grind all of that down, clean it up really good, have a good look at it, and then I think I'm just going to do a repair on it. I think I can level it out, because remember, in an earlier post I said that this wasn't level with my reference points across the back on the stern there. So I think I'll get a belt sander and you'll level that out and get it nice and trued up, re-glass it, and then for supports underneath, I think I'm going to do is just go ahead and build some solid wedges and just so I can support the ends properly. I will get that glassed in, and I may even add like another 3/4 inch underneath that mount, so that when I use go back in with the engine mount bolts, the lag bolts that go in there, I've got some fresh wood for those screws, those engine mount bolts to bite into. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with the engine mount. Besides, I mean, it'll give me kind of a reference point of where to get things started. I have been marking up the hull a little bit. You can see I'm getting marks where, just mostly memory stuff for me, putting some dimensions. Those big giant magic markers from Office Depot work really good for that. So anyway, that's kind of it. You can kind of see the mess that I got going back on the stern there. I'll scoop all that out. I was using my shop vac and vacuuming it out, but I'll tell you what, this stuff is like, let me show you real quick. This stuff is like talcum powder. Watch. Yeah, I don't have my respirator on, so I'm not going to blow too much on there, but you can see, I mean, that is just flipping everywhere. All right, let me get back towards the bow of the boat where it's not drifting right now. I don't want to breathe any more of it than I have to. But yeah, it's just like flipping talcum powder. And so the shop vac worked really good, but you're only going to be able to vacuum for about 15 minutes. Then your filter clog light comes on, and then you got to pull the whole thing apart and then clean the filter, knock it out. it's just too fine. So what I've been doing is I'm just using my my shop brush, a little bench brush and a dustpan, scooping as much as I can, and then throwing it in the trash can. So anyway, that's kind of it for right now. Got about I figure another day at the rate that it's going with these temperatures we've got right now to get the grinding done and get this under V-berth area squared away. So hopefully by tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. No, today's Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday. So hopefully by tomorrow we'll have most of the grinding stuff done, and then we can really start maybe start putting some wood back in the boat here. I'm spending an awful lot of time. You know, I'll come out here in the evenings and you know, just bring a beer out here, just sit in the hull of the boat, and just kind of let my imagination run wild, trying to figure out, okay, how do I want to finish this thing off on the inside? And so I'm already getting to spend time in my boat. It's just not on the water. So yeah, I got some ideas floating around in my head. You know, part of it was, you know, well, you can see the area that I had marked right over there by the fan. They had a little bilge in there, and I can't. Yeah, I'm going to go up on iBoats tonight, maybe, and get a couple of threads started here and see about the bilge. You know, bilge or not to bilge. You know, the only purpose that I could see for that bilge that was there was to drain off the inboard shower that they had. Well, I don't think that I'm going to be going back together with an inboard shower. So I don't know that I'm going to need a bilge, except for maybe the chain locker in the bow. I'm going to run some piping down. You know, I probably will build a small bilge in there, but just to drain off that chain locker. So I don't know if any of you guys have any thoughts about bilges. And the other thing I was thinking about too was down along the center section here. It's probably not going to be all that much room, but there would be some room. The whole center section was filled with foam. Now, as far as a structural component, I get it, because it would make the hull, you know, a little bit more solid. And then for flotation, you know, if we ever sunk the boat, I mean, there's going to be something there to help keep the boat afloat. But if I wanted to use that area for storage, I'm just thinking out loud right now. If I wanted to use that area for storage, I could easily add some additional bulkheads across the center section, compartmentalize that off, and then, you know, I could have a little additional storage underneath the center deck. So that's one thing I'm thinking about. If you guys have any thoughts on that, certainly be open to hearing them. So anyway, that's it for right now. I think I'm going to pick my tools up and get the hatches sealed up a little bit here, and go take a shower and go have myself a beer. So anyway, hey, thanks for watching, guys. I'll try to post a little bit more here if I get some more significant work done this weekend. And we'll look forward to catching up with you down the road. All right, you guys, take care. We'll see you.